Hey guys, just a reminder, we are at MagFest this weekend from the 23rd to the 26th. We have a Normal Boots panel on Sunday at 5:30 in Panel Room 1, and don't forget, we are also going to be streaming for the Mega Manathon on Friday at 1 p.m., which is probably right now, and Saturday at 5:30 over at twitch.tv/halfemptyenergytank. We'll also be ghost hosting at twitch.tv/thatonevideogamer. Be sure to check the schedules for changes. Now, on with the show! Yes! The Bachelor, as in TV? I don't think this is the right game. We should really consider doing something else. Do you need me to start it, man?
I got this.
I can start it.
No, I'll start it. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Completionist. Back in the day when our channel had about 6,000 subscribers, we wanted to do a really bizarre game that we thought would be funny to review. Turns out, the joke was on us.
Look, Imagine Wedding Designer's DS was the worst game that we ever played on the show. Until now. I think we've found one that's worse.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's dive into the madness. The Bachelor. So, I'm the youngest of 5 brothers and sisters, and 2 of my sisters are very successful in the wedding industry. At family gatherings, one thing they're constantly talking about is The Bachelor.
But, Beardman, where did you find this game?
Toys R Us bargain bin, $9.
Well, unbelievably, that's all the questions that I have.
Yeah, let's just move on.
Hey, whoa, what's wrong with you two? You're usually energized and ready to go with these videos.
Hey Alex, it's just, shovelware games are just that. They're created to just be thrown out into the gaming ether, designed to take advantage of the parents trying to save a buck.
Yeah, plus this game looks like it's gonna suck.
Pull yourselves together, you two. Remember why you love games and why you complete them. Approach any and all games with a positive, fun outlook with the intent to show everyone what it takes to complete the game.
He's right, Greg. Let's do this.
All right, I'm game.
The Bachelor.
But Beardman, this game sucks.
There we go.
The Bachelor is a reality television dating game show that came onto the scene in 2002. The point of the show is that a successful and well-groomed man is looking for his future wife-to-be, and the show helps him by starting out with 25 single women. The Bachelor then makes his way through these women through various activities, dates, sometimes even games or competitions, which leads to people competing for roses. These roses secure your safety in the elimination process until there are only 2 left. God, I know this is just television, but this feels so manufactured.
Talk about Barbie girl. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. There's too many Barbies.
You'd think this show would have gone away. Well, it's been around, and it just started its 19th season, and they've gone the extra mile to create several spin-off shows, which in this case, in our game here, we've got The Bachelorette, which is the exact same premise as The Bachelor, with just 1 female and 25 single men. Oh God. The scariest and weirdest thing about these shows is that, speaking from experience as an editor and content creator, you can take any word, facial expression, and with just a little TLC in the editing process, you can create drama and situations that don't exist just to get the views. So the reality is, can these people actually find true love and propose after several weeks of filming and being together? Does anyone else see how weird this is? I mean, maybe it's not weird considering that between both shows, they've lasted a total of 29 seasons?
So, here we are now, playing a game called The Bachelor. What's the story in the game here?
It's essentially a simulator. We've got our great host, Chris Hansen, who is supposed to mediate the entire process, just like the television show. You can fall in love with the contestants that were actually on the show, but before you begin, you tell the game whether you're a boy or girl. That will determine whether you're playing The Bachelor or The Bachelorette.
Anything else you want to throw in there before we...
We have no villain or antagonist in this type of game, which is fine for the type of genre of the game, puzzle. Wait, this game is classified as a puzzle game? Then I expect puzzle action.
There is one villain.
Kevin. The Bachelor is published by Warner Brothers Interactive and developed by Ludia. Ludia has developed some of your favorite games.
Like what? I don't know any games that they've created.
No one in the world knows what games they've made! Okay, I'm sorry. It's not me. I'm just... Okay. They've made games like these. All of these games are based on previous established media properties, and according to my research, the parent companies have a lot of say. All of these games easily came out on the Nintendo Wii, DS, and Apple iOS. And let me tell you, I'd pay you to take these games away from me!
Gerard, you've got this.
Sorry. Okay. Let's start with the character models. They're not very good looking for DS graphics. The avatars look incredibly generic, and that would usually be fine in most circumstances, except this game advertises that you get to play for the affection of various Bachelor and Bachelorette contestants.
I don't know. These look better than me's, or me, or Meebos?
I'll give you that, Greg. Except Mii's are supposed to be you and universally used within all Nintendo products. And the demographic is everyone. Also, Mii's have full function. You can play as them in various games, and you actually have a point in using your Mii's. Here, you don't get to customize what you look like. You were automatically chosen as whatever the game wants you to be for that season. Mostly because the game does not use these avatars personally. At best, these 3D models are just pictures that slide in. Watch. Virtual guest host Chris Harrison terrifies me the most out of anything in this game. I don't get why he's so happy to host this virtual television show that he looks like the creepy-ass puppet from Goosebumps.
That is what he looks like!
Now I know a lot of you guys love great music, and the guys over at Ludia agree, so they gave you 3 music tracks that are on 30-second loops. Some of your favorite tracks like... and this one. Ooh, and how about this one?
There's no music.
Sometimes the game decides to not play music.
Oh. Perfect.
The cutscenes, I admit, I'm kind of impressed with how they look, except they run at a pretty low frame rate. Whenever I make any progress in the game, I feel like I downloaded this game from that old program Morpheus
Or Kazaa.
or Napster.
Pretty sure no one would want to download this game on any of those old virus-filled services.
Oh, Greg, you have no idea. When I first started playing this game, it took me by surprise as a pleasant change of pace and to expand my experience with shovelware and their developers.
Really?
That, this game makes Mario Party ripoff games look like Mario Party. If anything, this game is the ripoff of those ripoff Mario Party games. In terms of gameplay modes, there's only 2 things you can do. Play the story, which involves 5 seasons of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette with several episodes, and a personality test. The personality test is just the personality test. And if you're a diehard fan of the series, I'd imagine you're not going to want to touch this until you've beaten the game's main story. You are thrusted into the main story by receiving a random male or female avatar that is aiming for love in the current season. The game comprises of 4 competitive dates and 1 one-on-one date. I think the best part about these dates are the before and after moments. Before the game, the other person's talking mad smack to you, and after you gracefully defeat them, they get incredibly butthurt.
Suck it, Kevin!
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. The gameplay of the game.
Okay, so they're mini-games.
Mini-games that ultimately have nothing to do with the shows or what's even going on in the game. Look, even the preface for the mini-games have no clue what game the player's about to play. What does any of this have to do with wooing a man or woman? Come on, these games are horrible. There's maybe 8, 9 mini-games that get chopped and repurposed for the entirety of the game. And with there being 5 dates an episode, 3 episodes per season, and 5 seasons total with both the campaign of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, you're looking at roughly 150 minigames. You're going to play every game on an average of 16 times, and they don't even get harder. So let's talk about the minigames.
We've got our puzzle matching game where you match the pieces in the empty shell. Then we've got the trace game where you need to color the white lines in by tracing over them. We've got the fashion game where you'll need to remember where all of your color pieces are. Then we've got the jet ski snowmobile game, the tapping to collect things before they hit the floor game. You've got your visual Jeopardy challenge game where you'll need to wait to decipher the picture. You've got the heat game where you need to balance the ball in the right temperature meter while baking or blowing up a volleyball. You've got the hexagon game where you press down, hold, and get points for all the hexagons you clear. And our favorite, the weight game, where you need to guess which food or alcoholic beverage the Bachelor or a Bachelorette would like depending on their weight.
So, tell me about yourself. What do you like? Okay, how about you?
The sad thing is, all the ways I described these are literally how to play the games. It's sad when one sentence sums up your entire experience so perfectly.
And you think these games offer some sort of challenge? The answer is no. They're incredibly easy. In fact, it's so easy, you can't lose. There's no way to lose in this game. I mean, yes, you can fail at a challenge, but you aren't punished. You can retry as much as you'd like. So I've got a question. The game is T for teen, for alcoholic references and sexual presentation. It's obviously made for fans of The Bachelor and Bachelorette, but yet all the mini-games are designed to teach you how to trace, pick the color you're assigned, and correctly build puzzle pictures. So my question is, who the f*** is this game for? Is it for kids? I mean, obviously not because of its T rating, but if you're a teenager, you already know how to color associate things, trace, hopefully, and all the other crap this game is trying to teach you. And before anyone tells me to calm down, yes, I agree. I am not the demographic for this game. This game was not made for me. But it's also not for young boys or girls. As someone who plays and completes a living hell out of games, I think I have the right to fairly judge this game for what it is. There are tons of horrible games that are also fun to play. This is not one of them. And before we move on to final level, I give you The Completionist presents Amazon's reviews of The Bachelor.
Don't waste your time or money.
Do not buy this game if you're expecting an RPG.
This is the worst game ever. Not what you think. No dating or handing out roses or anything. It's a bunch of mini-games that are frankly very stupid. Hate it.
It was okay game, but could have been better, but that's okay. I think that people who like The Bachelor should buy it, smiley face. Beating each episode will give you a little horrible cutscene alluding that you get to hook up with the Bachelor or Bachelorette. And if you've beaten the season, it's implied that you'll marry at a chapel where you proposed. So again, I just want to ask you this question one more time. Who the f*** is this game for? If you say it's for little girls, I'm going to question your parenting because, and let me put my cherry-picking gloves on here for a second, most people say that violent video games cause violence, right? Video games constantly get blamed for creating a more violent society. By that logic, then you mean to tell me that this game, along with something like Imagine Wedding Designers, encourages people to go on a bunch of horrible dates with this man or woman who has a dream job and makes great money, and these dates, being played out like a competitive sport, turn into survival of the fittest, and in the end, you want to marry the public's ideal dream person? This is suitable for young men and women, teenagers nonetheless. If you're an older man or woman who fits in this demographic, great, then ignore this review. But as for everyone else who's watching this is a plague in the gaming community that everyone should actively never support.
Wow.
By the way, video game is 2 words, not 1, and don't you even get me started on
There's a completion bonus?
Remember the personality test game? The second mode I mentioned about? Well, it's literally just a questionnaire. You fill out the questionnaire, and then you can compare yourself to your dream man or woman, and they'll tell you if you're a great fit for them or not. And it will advise you on how to change yourself. And to follow up with that, if you are indeed a fan of The Bachelor, after beating every season, you'll unlock the ability to compare yourself to your favorite bachelor or bachelorette in the game. This game is stupidly easy to play. You can literally complete this game in about 3 hours tops if you choose to do so. Playing both campaigns doesn't really give you a completion bonus aside from the personality test, and it's pretty dry aside from that. Do yourself a favor and don't play this game. Don't let loved ones play this game. Don't even think about this game after you're done watching this video. And if you think you're not going to run into this game, think again. This game is available at your local Toys R Us. And what's worse is that this game sold over 70,000 copies, meaning for shovelware, it did great. Dear God, help us all.
There's only one thing that we can do that can save us all. You know what, Gerard? Since the last songs, those Creed songs in an episode, went so darn well, I think we should sing another song.
I'm game if you are, Greg.
I mean, I'm definitely game. It was my idea, I just proposed it.
I'm game if you are, Greg.
Well, what if this song had a message? Tell him, Gerard.
Here comes a game that's considered to be awful, and the hurl must come up and out.
There are bachelors crying, and it's time to trace the stars tonight. The hardest task of all.
We can't go on pretending it ain't a game that someone somewhere was paid to make.
We're all a part of Nintendo's family, and the truth is good games are all we need. What is this game? It's not for children. We are the nerds who play the games all day, so let's not take it. There's a choice they're making. They're making shovelware. It's true, they'd make a better game if they would care. What is this game?
What is this game?
It's not for children.
It's not for children, no.
We are nerds who play the games all day, so let's not take
You
it.
better pay me to take it.
There's a choice they're making.
The multiple choice test.
They're making shovelware.
Using a shovel.
It's true, they'd make a better game if they would care.
Except no one cares.
It's true, they'll make a better game if they would care.
The Bachelor, the video game, has zero redeeming qualities to it. As a casual gamer, as a hardcore gamer, as a decent human being, I urge you, I beg of you, do not play this game, and do not let anyone play this game ever. And for the good of our future, for the good of mankind, if you see this game being purchased, it's your duty to inform the people. You just witnessed that song, that should give you a message of never, ever let anyone touch this game. This game was a mistake, and it'll always be a mistake. With that in mind, guys, this game gets my completionist rating of donate it. Donate this game.
And after you donate it to the trash can, be sure to subscribe. Also, be sure to check out last week's episode of The Completionist on Assassin's Creed 2, which, by the way, Stephen Merchant didn't do the voice. We screwed up, sorry about it. And also, check out Super Scope's show, because we have some late breaking news that probably was important to some person at some time. Go check it out. Back to you, Gerard it out.
That's all the time we've got for today, guys, so please, as always, leave a comment somewhere on the internet. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Tumblr, Vine, and the new subreddit r/thecompletionist for behind-the-scenes stuff and general future of the show type deals. A big thank you to all of our guest stars on the show today. Now, if you excuse me, let's see how that group date went, shall we?
So you're tracing. That's cool. I liked color. I work with kids. I'm really in. You're not listening to me. You're just tracing. Okay. What about you? There's something going on with the hockey puck. Don't know what that's about. I grew up in Canada, so I really like hockey. I don't know if you're interested in talking to me at all. Guess not. Okay, look, there's more tracing going on. All right, very cool. Oh no, you're matching now. Matching things together. We could talk about something else maybe, or talk at all, because we're not, or I'm very interesting, I think. You should be lucky to get to know me. Anyway, so what about, we're guessing? We're guessing a pixelated picture. Okay, why? This makes no sense. What are you doing? Why aren't you talking to me? Okay, well, this is really weird. I don't really know. I don't really know what's going on. This sucks.
You know what, Gerard? I think we should sing a song. Because